A trip to an emergency room in Tegucigalpa, Honduras 3 years ago changed Ana Lopez's life forever. That's when she learned for the first time that she was pregnant, between 20 and 25 weeks along.
I didn't visit the hospital because of a pregnancy. They were the ones who told me I was pregnant. But they said my child had been dead for 2 days. I didn't even know what to feel.
Ana says her emotional and physical trauma was suddenly made worse after doctors listed her emergency as an intentional termination of pregnancy, which in Honduras is a crime punishable by up to 6 years in prison.
I had some markings on my stomach, and because of those markings, they said it was an abortion. When I was discharged from the hospital, the police were already waiting.
Gabriela Giron, a defense attorney with the women's rights group Somos Muchas, says that more than 60 women or girls have faced prosecution in Honduras since 2012 under the country's strict anti-abortion laws.
In many cases, criminalization is due to obstetric emergencies that medical reports list as abortions, despite often being inconclusive. These reports are then used as evidence against women who can spend 3, 4 or more years locked in a judicial process that is long and exhausting.
In January of this year, feminist activists hoped Honduras might follow the lead of Argentina, where abortion was recently legalized up to 14 weeks into a pregnancy. But instead, Honduran lawmakers passed a constitutional reform, making it nearly impossible to ever legalize abortion in the future. Human rights organizations have called the legislation an assault on women's reproductive rights.
Honduras is currently one of the only few countries in the continent, in Latin America and the Caribbean, that completely ban abortions without any explicit exception, right? The country also has one of the highest rates of sexual violence in the world, with a woman reporting sexual violence every 3 hours.
The new constitutional amendment was championed by Honduras's ruling Conservative Party in what many see as an extreme political move as the country nears national elections, and where religion plays an oversized role in political decision-making. Around the world, abortion rates are higher in countries where abortions are banned, according to a 2017 global study. In Honduras, it's estimated that between 50 and 80,000 women risk their lives every year by resorting to clandestine abortion clinics. At 24 years old, Ana Lopez says having a criminal record has kept her from finding steady work or returning to school. Ana's criminal case remains open in the Honduran court system. If convicted, she faces a sentence of 3 to 6 years in prison for the, quote, interruption of life after the moment of conception. Manuel, Rapalo, Al Jazeera.